Today we're going to get into one of the most fascinating relationships in modern celebrity history. It's the story of Enrique Iglesias and Anna Kournikova, a true quiet epic that has basically ignored all the usual rules.
I mean, just think about it for a second. On one hand, you've got the king of Latin pop, a guy whose music is known all over the world. And on the other, you have a tennis superstar who became one of the most famous athletes on the entire planet. Individually, their fame was just massive. And yet, together, they've managed to build something that's lasted for more than 20 years. You know, in a world where celebrity couples sometimes don't even last 20 months, that is practically a lifetime.
Which brings us to the big question, right? If they're so famous and they've been together for so long, how is it possible that we've seen almost nothing of their life together? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
You know the usual celebrity playbook, right? Big public proposals, weddings on TV, always talking to the press. Well, Iglesias and Kournikova seem to have taken that playbook and just thrown it right out the window. They went for extreme privacy, no wedding, and putting their family first above all else.
So let's go back to the beginning. How did this super private story even get started? Well, funny enough, it all began with a very, very public moment.
The year is 2001. We're on the set of Enrique's music video for his hit song, Escape. Anna's playing his love interest and, well, that chemistry you see on screen, it was totally real. It just spilled right over into their actual lives. By 2002, they showed up together at the MTV VMAs, making it official. And get this, that was pretty much the last time they'd ever do a big red carpet like that.
And almost immediately after that big debut, they started doing things differently. Instead of leaning into the fame, they quietly started building a life together, completely on their own terms.
Anna was always super clear about this. While the press was constantly guessing about a wedding, she just came right out and said it. I'm never getting married.
And Enrique was right there with her. He said over and over again that for them, love isn't about a piece of paper. And that's so important here. It was a shared belief. They were a totally united front against all that outside pressure.
You can really hear it in Enrique's own words, right? This wasn't some big, dramatic Hollywood romance. It was quiet. They just got each other. They were two people living these absolutely crazy lives, and they found this real, genuine connection away from all the noise.
And what it really comes down to is this incredible mutual respect. Enrique has said that seeing Anna's discipline up close as a pro athlete made him respect her 1,000 times more. So their bond is way deeper than just romance. It's this genuine admiration for who they are as people.
Okay, so if you thought their relationship was private, their journey to becoming parents took things to a whole other level. Seriously.
So after that 2002 debut, they basically disappeared as a public couple for 15 years. 15! There was almost nothing, just total radio silence. And then, at the end of 2017, the news dropped, and it was a huge shock.
In December 2017, they announced the birth of their twins, Nicholas and Lucy. The thing is, nobody even knew Anna was pregnant. The entire world was just stunned. They had managed to start and grow their family in complete and total secrecy.
And they weren't finished. A little over 2 years later, in January of 2020, they did it again. One more. They welcomed their daughter, Mary. And just like before, the announcement came after she was born.
And their story just keeps going. It was just recently announced that their family is growing again, with their fourth child due in August 2025. And even with this news out there, you can bet they're guarding their privacy as fiercely as ever. So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, what does their story really tell us? It's pretty much a masterclass in building a legacy, not for the cameras, but for themselves. It all boils down to a few key ideas. Theirs was a relationship that unfolded slowly. It didn't just flash and burn out. They decided their priorities were about a real commitment to family, not fame or big ceremonies. For them, it was always about parenthood over paparazzi. And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? They made a choice. They chose the real, messy, laughter-filled moments with their children over being in the headlines. They built a world for their family, and they protect that world at all costs.
And it leaves you with a really interesting thought, especially today. In this age of oversharing where we post everything online, maybe Enrique and Anna have shown us what real luxury is. Maybe it's not what you can show off to the world, but what you're able to protect just for you. Definitely something to think about.